Hey guys, welcome back to another speed build. And for this speed build, I decided to do a little small rental cabin situation in Granite Falls. I say I decided, but I've been doing just like a wheel spin to decide which world I build in every time. It's not like I'm picking and choosing necessarily. But I just wanted to do like a small one because the cabin that was originally in the slot was like a pretty small cabin. I think it was only one bedroom. It may have been two bedroom. I don't remember exactly. But I wanted to keep it pretty small and not like super big. Because also, I feel like with these cabin builds, anyway, or these cabin houses, rentals, whatever you want to call them, anyways, they're meant, in my opinion at least, for you to spend more of your time outdoors anyway. So I didn't want to make the house too big, but I did struggle with the house because obviously I still wanted it to have enough room for everything. And so I went back and forth a couple of times on the size, as you can see, and I finally decided. I think I basically had it like, I think it's about 10 squares. I'm not too sure. But I think at the end, like I felt like that was like a good size. And I was originally thinking about trying to just use the what is the pack called? Outdoor Retreat. I think that's what the pack is called. And base game. But I didn't end up doing that because I had a very specific kind of idea of what I wanted the cabin to look like, and I couldn't execute that with just the base game and outdoor retreat. So I did use a couple of packs. I think I maybe used like 5 packs, including outdoor retreat. So it's not like pack heavy. I think I mainly used like a little bit of horse ranch, cottage living. I think I used a little bit, and I think laundry day, and I'm not sure what else, but I think there is another pack that I ended up using, but I just don't remember off the top of my head. So it's not heavy on the packs because I didn't want it because I feel like the last couple of builds I've done, they've been really big builds, and I gave myself like no restriction whatsoever. So I felt like maybe this time we tone it back, and then plus it's a small build and it's like it's supposed to be like pretty specific for a specific theme and everything. So I felt like I could hold back a little bit. And I wanted originally to have some sort of color on the outside, but I ended up just going for, more neutral, natural looking wood colors and everything because I just couldn't find a colorful swatch for the paneling that I really liked that I felt like went well with some of like that natural wood color because I wanted to keep the natural wood colors in there. So I ended up going with just some, brownish, beigeish colors instead of anything, too extravagant or bold. I will say, I really struggled with matching swatches. So some of the swatches and some of the colors may not match perfectly. And the lighting on this lot, I struggled with so much. The lighting is not good, not great, pretty bad, actually. And so that was a struggle in itself as well. So that also didn't help with me trying to figure out which colors went well together because I couldn't really see that well. But I think for the windows, I mainly used horse ranch. I was going to try to use the newer base game updated windows that we base game update with the new windows. I feel like I'm saying words and it's not making any sense. But I was gonna use those new windows that we got from in base game. But I decided not to because I just felt like they didn't really fit fully like that like cabin esque look. And so I just stuck with Horse Ranch. And then obviously I went for like a wood flooring. Um I was debating on whether or not how like nice or like cleaned up I wanted the place to look. So I I ended up deciding to go for the flooring that was in the outdoor retreat pack. So it's a little bit more of like a worn down woody look, which I figured is going to be fine because, for one, I feel like this house has probably been there for a while, but then also it is a like campsite situation anyway, so you would figure that most likely anyways it would be a little worn down, from all the, the wear and tear of the wood-esque life. I don't even know what I'm saying, but that's pretty much what I went for, and I tried to go for like very like wood. What is the word I'm looking for? Like things that were made of wood. That's what I was mainly going for, as well as far as the furniture in this build. I debated on whether or not to include a TV, simply because again, like I said, I feel like you're not going to really be spending much time in the actual cabin. I feel like you're going to be spending more time actually out and about exploring. There's so many things to do in the woods and whatnot, even just around the lot itself. So, I didn't know if I wanted to include a TV, but I decided just to have one just in case, just so that there are still things to do inside. And then also, I didn't want the inside to be too empty. And I tried to limit how much stuff I put on the inside, so I didn't really do too much as far as decorating or anything either. And I will say already, I know I did not end up filming and recording putting in different lights because I honestly completely forgot about it. And then once I had already finished recording, I realized that I did not include any lights. And so I did go back and add in some lights and everything, but still tried to like limit the amount of like extra lighting and stuff that I put in the build, just because I felt like it would be nice to just kind of have like a cozier vibe and whatnot. So honestly, I think like in the main bedroom, I literally only have two like side table lamps and everything in there. So, and then like for the main living area, I only put like one light because I already have the lamp in the corner of the living room. So I kind of just put the light in between where the kitchen area is and the living area is. Because, like I said, I wanted it to be like a cozy, pretty small kind of situation that you could just, like, your Sims would go with, like, their family, just a small family, nothing too extravagant or big or anything like that. Wanted to keep it with that cozy feel. I really struggle with like picking out wallpaper and like colors for the walls. I don't know why, but it's just such a struggle for me. So I went back and forth, as you can see, a lot with the kids' room, because that was another thing, is because I wanted it to give off the idea that it is like a rental property situation. It's not like an actual family is really living here or anything like that. So I didn't want to make it too personable and like have very like unique decorations or very personal decorations. I wanted it to be very neutral because like I feel like for hotels and not rental homes, but like rental, like Airbnb and stuff, like I feel like typically, unless you are looking for something very niche, typically for the most part, most of the time, they are decorated very neutrally so that it appeals to everyone and not, too niche and whatnot. But, anyways, so um, I feel like as far as like colors and stuff, I kind of struggled a little bit because, like I said, keeping it pretty neutral, but then having a little bit of color, I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do as far as the color. I knew that I kind of wanted to have like greens and blues and like more kind of earthy, natural looking kind of colors and stuff with it, since that's kind of how I entered in with the idea of the build and everything. So I struggled a little bit, but I think in the end, like the colors kind of mesh and are fine and work together pretty well. Um, And so I think it turned out pretty well. And then I wanted to make sure, like I said, that I had like a couple of things that they could do inside so they can watch TV. I put the little dart board in there too. So like if it happens to be, rainy or something, they can have things to do on in the inside of the house. But at the end of the day, I tried to make sure that there was a good bit of things for them to do outside. So I put the little chess table in the front, and I also put like a little seating area in the front porch situation. But then I put in the back a little fire pit, fire camp site situation, whatever you want to call it, and a little bit of gardening things, and then the grill. But I also didn't want to put too much because I didn't want to like overfill it with a bunch of stuff. Because I thought about putting the horseshoe activity game out in the back, but I figured I should probably not, just to make sure that it's not like too much going on, because I wanted it to, still fit with like the outdoorsy theme and not be overwhelmed with, random stuff. And I also struggled a little bit with the landscaping because I just wasn't sure what to do with it. And I was originally at least trying to use mainly just what the outdoor retreat pack had as far as landscaping, but they didn't really have much as far as bushes and stuff. They had obviously lots of trees and stuff, so I did include some trees on the lot, but as far as like bushes and stuff like that, I struggled a little bit with it, but I just ended up going with the like purple bushes, and then I put some of the base game red flower bushes in there too, just to give it a little bit of difference to it, or variety, difference, variety. I don't know what words I'm trying to find, but I spent quite a bit of time in there, so I cut out a lot of that because I struggled and was going through that whole section multiple times trying to find something. Um, and then I just put the house on a little bit of a foundation, and then just went and added a little bit of stairs. And obviously, like as you can see, I'm doing adjustments and things that I missed and everything here, but for some reason the light situation, just I could not remember. I don't know if I ended up including it in the recording, but I know that I, like always, I typically always forget trash cans and the mailbox. But I even went back and remembered to add those things. But it wasn't until way after I had completely finished building and had closed out my game and everything, and I realized, oh my gosh, I did not change any of the lights or anything. So I don't know what my brain was thinking and what was going on there, but I, for some reason, somehow managed to forget that. I also, this staircase and then the foundation was another area that I really struggled with doing the color matching. So I went through like pretty much every single set of stairs in the pack or in the game that I own, of all of the packs that I own, to try and figure out something that matched. And I know it still doesn't completely match, but I did my best. And so I decided to make the furniture outside a darker swatch because I just felt like it was like too much of the lighter colors together and there wasn't enough contrast with it all. So I did go back and like change that a little bit. And as you can see, I remember to include the mailbox and I even remember the trash can, but lighting, for some reason, I could not remember. I don't know what was going on today with my brain. But pretty much the rest of the build, I'm just adding in little bits and pieces of decorations here and there just to give it a little bit of something to make it not look so plain. I knew that it looked really, really plain, and I also was trying not to spend too much money because I wanted it to still be under 20,000 because I felt like that would be like a cheaper rental. I don't remember what the it was originally, but I wanted to keep it down pretty low. But it is under 20,000, so if you wanted to make it into an actual house, that would work for a starter home. But I think it's still a pretty affordable rental as well. And I just added in this little duck statue situation because I really didn't know what else to add. And then I also, again, wanted to have some indoor activities, so I added it in the bookcase. I didn't add in a computer. I didn't think about adding in a computer, but I felt like you want to veer away from the technology when you're out camping anyway. So that's what I did there. But that is pretty much all I did for this build. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this build. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye!